Afsane, and I am here to share with you some of my thoughts. I have been the one who has been posting little cartoon pictures of bums and trying to direct everybody's attention to their own asshole. So, here's my story. A long time ago, or a while ago, I got it into my head that numbers, the digits, the counting digits, were somehow symbolic of the holes in the body. And in fact, I thought that the shapes of numerals were cryptograms for the holes in the body. And you know, some holes are senses and other holes, well, they have a sense of their own. So I did a project and I kind of didn't really go anywhere. And in fact, I did quite a few projects and none of them went anywhere. They like failed miserably. So I just kept reworking the situation. It went from like a piece of paper with the number 2 on it and me saying something really coarse or crass about the sense organ that it was associated with, to it got up onto the wall. And I started drawing pictures for it, and I started coloring it in, and all of a sudden it jumped into book format. I didn't go anywhere, but I just kept working it and revising where I needed to revise, and suddenly it changed format into card format, and that was like last January 2024. I ended up creating little cards with the thing written on the back, and the front was the template was the drawing. I called them clock swatches, mandalas, and I started naming the cards. You know, many times in this project I turned a corner and I thought, wow, this is it. I really know what this project is trying to tell me. And this was one such occasion. So there I am with the cards, and I'm putting names on them. I'm giving them names, researching, trying to construct appropriate names. And the semblance of a family began to form. You know, I had done research for, I knew what brother meant, the Pi root, right? The Proto-Indo-European root of the word brother. Also daughter. Like, I had a card that needed to be named, had a name, and the word daughter would be perfect for it. And in this way it was for wife and for groom, on and on. And so we get to like about April. So I was at the number 6, which I had previously associated with the urethra. And now the logic of the piece was dictating that I should call it sister. I was unfamiliar with the word sister. I didn't quite know what it meant, so I was unsure about the decision. But again, the logic of the piece dictated that it should be called sister. So I went ahead with it. I figured, you know, I'm paying for this. Nobody's paying attention, so who cares? I say it's okay to be wrong. And so I, you know, kept trucking, and I thought to myself, well, at the other end, what I will do is, after I finished labeling as best as I could, you know, to the best of my knowledge, I will go ahead and do a return, and I will do a write-up for each name. And if I find out that it's inappropriate, I'll change it, no biggie. So now this happens, and now we're at late August. Cards are printed, I got a few sets, and I'm ready to do the write-up. And I don't actually go for like 0 or 1 or 2, I jump right to sister. I don't know why, it just was like sister. So in September, I start looking into the word sister. Now, you know words. Words are like mice. You see one out front, there's 45 relatives in behind the wall. You pull on one word and soon enough you're just swimming in words, related words, relative words. And I was shocked at the words that were coming up, you know, God, sovereign, revolver, witch, sorcerer, just dry, all sorts of words were coming up. And I was awash in words really by the middle of October. And it just kept swirling and swirling and swirling, and then, you know, just something happened, I guess. Something clicked. I guess it was all the words telling me their stories, all the previous research I had done or something, and something clicked. And I was able to see with new eyes a very famous myth, you know, not popular, but famous myth. And I was able to see it with new eyes. I was able to appreciate it in another way. And I would like to share that with you. So if all of this work was done just to get to the words, to be able to realize that myth on a different level, then I guess it was worth it. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it. And it's the myth I want to talk about. But I will have to go through Sister to do it. And it will make more sense that way. So I hope you join me. Let's see, what else? Here's I want to call it set list. I don't know if I should call it itinerary or index. But here's what we're going to talk about. And it'll probably be in 2 or 3 sessions. So it will be, we're going to start off with spirit, a little bit about what I think. Everything is about my thoughts, right? It's not set in stone. I'm not saying this is how it is. I'm just sharing with you my imaginings. Okay, so we'll look at spirit, then time, a little bit about time. Then we'll talk a little bit about some terms that we need for our journey. And then we'll talk about water and watch and the myth, and then the clock, and then the myth again. And then we'll get to sister, and then we'll wrap it up after that. Anyway, I hope you join me, and we'll figure it out. Take care.